No, I feel like we've given 2 away in a row right now. I mean, 2 very good teams coming in these past 2 home games for us with South Dakota State last Saturday and then South Dakota here, who's currently the #1 team in the conference right now. But really disappointed in our best players. I thought both Faith Iham and Maria Marti-Yanez just didn't do what they're capable of doing on a consistent level. I mean, you look at Maria's stat line and it looks really nice, but she had 7 turnovers, in her play tonight, and Faith was in a hurry with everything she did offensively as well. And down the stretch, that's the second time that a team has played us a lot of zone in the fourth quarter, and we're prepared for it, but we're just not handling it well. And that has to start with our junior and senior that play the most minutes for us as far as settling people down and taking care of them. And we've got a lot of freshmen on the floor at the time, at times also. But down the stretch, we really felt like our goal was to keep this game at a little bit lower scoring than what it turned out to be. And we're pretty consistent that when we have fewer turnovers, but we out-rebound opponents throughout the season, it's pretty good for us. And against South Dakota State, we had fewer turnovers, we had fewer rebounds. And then in this one, we out-rebounded South Dakota, but had more turnovers. And, I mean, that's the difference in the game for us, is just the number of possessions. Because when our 2 leading players combine for 11 turnovers, you're giving away possessions. And we shot over 50% from the field, but we just gave away possessions that we needed to have in order to finish this one out. So it's disappointing. That's where we are right now. We've got a lot of basketball left to play. I'm glad it's just mid-January, and we've got some things that we're getting better at. But just it hurts to lose 2 very important games back-to-back here at home at the Mabee Center in a tight conference race. I think for us, I think what South Dakota did well is that they did a lot of switching tonight, and our passing was just off all night, to be very honest. A lot of our high-low looks that were wide open and that were there, Faith and Maria just didn't deliver the ball to one another tonight the way that they needed to. We just were in a hurry. One thing I would say is I think that we specifically did a better job with our offensive transition tonight, but we're not delivering the ball to our open players the way that we need to, and then we're not taking our time and finishing the way we need to. It's hard to believe that I'm complaining about that when we're shooting 50% from the field, but I just felt like there were several that there were just many times that we're not squaring all the way up, seeing what's there. Obviously, I'm really happy with Kenny Jo. We put her back into the starting lineup tonight, and she has a career high and shoots the ball great from the field, and that's exciting that we had that offensive production from her this evening. But again, I mean, we're not going to beat the best teams in our conference, specifically, South Dakota State, South Dakota, and even Western Illinois right now, without Faith and Maria playing exemplary. And I just felt like I know they're both playing hard, but they didn't play smart at times tonight like they need to, and that takes away a lot of our margin of error when our best kids aren't our best producers at the same time. So it did. It affects a lot of stuff that we do just because her size is such a nice, and they had just kind of gone back to their man-to-man because we were starting to have some success against their zone, and so all of a sudden everybody's a little out of position. And Montse did a great job of coming in a couple of times when we used her. I thought she did a really good job defensively, and she got to the free throw line and stuff for us as well. But down the stretch, I just don't feel like she's got enough experience late in games like that, and so we went with kind of a smaller guard lineup. But it threw some things off of what we were trying to do. And but again, Maria, 4 of her 5 fouls were the exact same call, and she didn't adjust to how they were calling, and she's better than that. That's the bottom line. There are many days that I come into this press room and I have anything negative say about Maria Marti-Yanez or Faith Iham because they are stellar young women. They are the face of our program as far as our go-to players, but they were just both a little off today, and that cost us this one here at home.